I have a fucking payment date today, and I just paid 16K for a mortgage for an apartment in New York that I own, and also I paid 14K for an apartment that I'm going to be renting that I'm moving tomorrow. When I was moving out of my New York apartment, the plan was this: I would just rent something super tiny, and all money I save up, I would just be investing. But while I was traveling past half a year, I lived in tiny places, and I was like, no, I need a very big place just for my mental health. So I ended up renting another 3-bedroom. And all my followers are confused. What was the point to move out of my own New York apartment if I end up renting something as expensive? But actually, by moving out of my own New York apartment, I do save up shit ton of money. How? I do it thanks to American tax system. Since I don't live in my own New York apartment, I rent it out, there are new people living there, that property becomes my investment property. So all expenses I have on that property become my business expense that I can write off from my taxes. Within 20 years of mortgage I have for that apartment, I would overpay bank over $1.5 million. Now this $1.5 million that I pay to banks becomes my business expense, which I'm going to write off my taxes within this 20 years. So I ended up saving $1.5 million. And people who live in that apartment now pay me rent, which is equal to my mortgage, which means that they're paying off my mortgage. And within 20 years, I'm going to get a free $4 million apartment in New York. But also because I work from my apartment, in my new apartment, I will have an office and also content studio that my business basically needs. Around 40% of the price of the apartment also becomes my business expense. So by moving out of my own New York apartment, I save up $1.5 million. I get an apartment, which is $4 million for free. And I also get an insane apartment where I'm going to be living now with 40% discount. Love it!